Hey guys, Susanna here, back with another video, part 2 of my European finds on my trip away. Still haven't got my parcel with my some of my fabrics from the UK, which is a bit of a worry. I hope it comes soon. So in the meantime, I thought I would do the stuff that I managed to stash in my luggage and all that kind of stuff. So I'm really hoping that it comes soon. But in the meantime, I'll just show you. I've got quite a bit of a haul here, so show and tell on how I got these. So none is in any particular order. So I went to a charity shop when I went to Oxford to meet Julie from Julie Leggett's Art. Hi Julie. I had to come from Southampton and she was in Derbyshire, so we met in Oxford and then we spent the day in the Cotswolds and stayed overnight in a B&B, and then the next day we went to an awesome charity shop and I managed to find myself some bits and pieces. So I got this awesome Cath Kidston bag, bits and pieces, really cool. Put my phone in there. I love Cath Kidston and it's expensive in Australia, but the sad thing is they don't have Cath Kidston stores anymore. They still have stuff available. I managed to grab something at the airport just before I came home duty free. So they still sell stuff and do deals with companies, but the actual Cath Kidston stores aren't open anymore. So I was really happy to grab that, and I managed to find a smaller one. I had a small pink one, and when I got this one I said to Julie, would you like to have my pink one from Australia? And so I'm using that one. I really love it. So I needed an over shoulder bag, and this is like a smaller one, and I may have some ideas. I don't know whether I'll keep it or not, or I might do it as a giveaway because I've got some Cath Kidston fabrics, and I was thinking maybe I can probably put some fabrics in there, because just before I left to go on my trip, I had 6,000 stubbies and now it's about 6,130 or something like that. So I haven't done a giveaway for a while, so I thought I might do a giveaway with some of these bits and pieces. So, and I managed to get a Cath Kidston glasses case, which I'm using all the time. So I was pretty lucky, scored well, even got some fabric in for Cath Kidston. So put that away. Now this fabric underneath here was something that I picked up at the Portobello market in Notting Hill. It was filthy and it still does have stains, and I've given it a really good soak and everything like that, but there's quite a bit of it, so this will be in my UK fabric stash. I have made up the Paris fabrics stash, but I'm waiting for the UK ones to come, so I'll see how I go, whether I just post up the fabric for the Paris. Okay, now I went out with Julie. We went to this beautiful place in the Cotswolds called Burford, and I really wanted a teacup and saucer, but I didn't want it to be too big because I needed to put it in my case. So what is it? Coal pot. So I thought I'd get something little that I can put in my suitcase. I thought that was rather cute. That was from an antique shop, and from the same antique shop I got this. And Julie mentioned I've never seen one in pink, I've seen it in blue, but I think it was red because it's red underneath and it's dyed down over the years, like the colours fade and it's become pink. It did have pins in there, not the pink ones. I got them from something else, and here's my thimble because I was using the pins to create my little oh my goodness, lost words, my embroidery that I was doing in the same antique shop. These are all from the antique shop that was in Burford. She found a nice needle case, which was really nice, and then I found this one, a needle book, quite old, that had some of the pins that are in there. I like the way they're labelled. Straw needle embroideries. So they just get bigger and bigger. Carpet sharp. And then pack yarn. So that must be for when you do knitting. But I just thought it was really sweet. Quite an old little book. I went to Jane Austen's house, and I'll just sort of quick flick. That's her house. I hope it's not too glary. The garden was absolutely beautiful. Got some nice pictures and stuff. But this is sort of like a souvenir pack that I got from going in there, and it's a really cute little town. So it's sort of like a bucket list thing that I wanted to do, is to go and see Jane Austen's house. When I was there in the souvenir shop, I got this little card holder that holds your cards and all that kind of stuff, and then it's got Emma, what's that one, Mansfield Park, all the Northanger Abbey, Sense and Sensibility. Yeah, so I thought that was really cute, a nice little memory of that. And I think I've got in the bag somewhere, I've got some other bits as well, but I'll show you in a minute. When I went to the Portobello market, I got this. I've seen these in Australia and they're really quite expensive, and it was like it's a new one, but I just got it without the, they came like that without the pillow. But I've always admired them, and they were cheaper in the UK, even when I added it up in my head what it cost dollar wise. Just gorgeous, isn't it? So cute. So I thought, oh, I need to get that. So that plus this and this is what I picked up from the Portobello market. A lady, she had all laces and old fabrics, and that's where I got that. It's really pretty. It's sort of got when you see it next to the brown, it's sort of like a dusky pinky colour. So I quite like that. I'll put that over there and fold this little guy up. Oh, I just love it, love it. It's so cute. Put that there. Now, I also got a bar of soap, which I actually left at my friend's place. Great British soap, and that's, paper smells beautiful, but my luggage was getting rather full and heavy, so I left the soap at my friend's place in Notting Hill. I said, here, you can have the soap, I'll just have the cover. I don't know if you heard that. I think it's rumbling outside with thunder, but so I'll probably incorporate this into my journal when I make the journal of all my bits and pieces. So now, when I went to Debbie, I actually ordered this before I left, and it's sort of like was it like a sewing case. Had more of this. I used some of that in my sewing that I was doing. Had beautiful little bits of lace. Isn't it gorgeous? She has the most beautiful packs. So I just said to her, look, I'll come and pick it up when I'm there, because the postage is the killer when you have to post stuff away. But I love that it's only little bits. I'm probably going to use these pieces, and they will smell so good, in my in the volume 4. I'm probably going to just do real sort of vintagey stuff. She got a a tin with old buttons and everything in there. Normally she just chucks buttons in there. And I said, well, you're probably better off. She was going to get rid of these. And I said, I'll keep these. And then she just threw in, you know, we sorted through it. She said, would you like this? Would you like that? So, but she got this awesome tin with lots of mother of pearl buttons. And then I got some of these. So in this pack, she puts buttons anyway, and she hadn't. So she said, oh, you go, you can have these. And then that, I think, must go on the inside as well. So I just love her packs. So this is going to be part, I think, this gorgeous fabric and stuff will be part of my volume 4. Yeah, the treasure hunt. So I'll put that up there. And then I also got, she had scrap packs. So that was in a scrap pack. I think there was some more of the fabric of it. So I thought I'll grab, well, hopefully that's in camera, some of the fabric from a scrap pack. Some more quilts. A lot of the stuff is actually that I got from her, and where we went into the antique shops are in the pack. So I'm really, really worried, and I hope that they still come. She's got such nice stuff. So these were just her scrap packs, and I said, I'll take that. Got this from a charity shop. There's another one floating around somewhere. I had two of these small ones and one bigger one. I got this in a vintage market. I like the way that it's got these little raised bits. So that's rather pretty. Now I went to, after the next day, after Julie and I went to Oxford, after the charity shop, I went to Cirencester, and she actually went home. And in the antique shop in Cirencester, there was a really nice stall, and it had this gorgeous vintage quilt top. It had a few other bits and pieces, but it had to be really quick, like darting in and out. But that might even go in the treasure hunt pack as well. So, or I might even put it in, make it as a side panel for maybe one of those rice bags. I don't know. We'll see how I go. So put that under there, and then these are little Laura Ashley samples that were free, so I grabbed them. So you get bits and pieces. My sister-in-law had these samples that she got. They're only small. I said, well, I do slow stitching, and I think they're sort of silk, when she was looking at stuff for her wedding dress, because they've only been married for about a year. And then and this, she gave me this as well. Beautiful. I don't know if it comes up on camera. It's blue, but then it goes sort of terracotta. Really pretty fabric. And she said, yeah, I've only got these small samples. I said, yeah, that's all you need when you do slow stitching. So bits and pieces. I got this. This top part was wrapped around some fabrics, which I'll show you in a minute. But then Deborah had a lot of these beautiful sari silks on the side, and you know, I got extra pack of bits and pieces, so she gave me some of these. I think the pink and the blue, but I just leave it tied up is the easiest way. So they're always nice to have. I think it goes really well with that. Okay, now these are what I got from, this is Cath Kids and it's new, and I got it from the airport. So I think this is the type of stuff that they still make, like as in the hand cream and lip balm. I got it because I really like the bag. And I thought, you know, hand cream and lip balm is always really good too, but I think they still must make this in collaboration with another company, obviously. Yeah, but she hasn't got the actual store anymore, but the brand is still out there in some small form. But nice bag. So that goes there. Okay, I've got more fabric is coming, but these are just little bits and pieces. I got these cigarette cards from one of the shops in Hamble, which is where my brother lives, and I picked out flowers that I had actually seen around, you know, on display. Like, there's a lot of wildflowers, so yeah, so I just thought I'll pick out some of the ones that I saw around, and I'm going to be putting them in with my bits and pieces, like in the journal that I have, as well as that's a handball key. Someone had painted that and then they made it into a card. I think it's pretty cool. That's the town where my brother lives. Got that from a vintage market. I just love the robin, and it's on cloth, so I'm going to actually take that off. So, and here's a postcard which I'll be putting in. That's the town as well. So it's really pouring down out there. And in the same shop, I haven't opened this yet. I just thought this was really cute. I've got a plan, because it was inspired by this. I've got a plan that I want to do something with houses, so like a something a little bit later on. I think it's a card, but I just love it. I think it's really cute. So that will go there. And then when I was in the Cotswolds, which is in Burford, in the antique shop where I got these, I saw this little book and I thought it would be good to be a reminder of some of the places I've seen. It's just so beautiful. That's Cirenceston, I think. Yeah, there and there. Just beautiful. It's so green. That's really what it looks like. It's amazing. So I hope you can hear me over all that rain. Now, here is this place that I went to with Deborah in an antique shop. It's getting louder and louder. Amazing. She is amazing. So King Settles Antiques, Nick Shaftesbury in Dorset. So if you're in that side of town, I'll show you some of the bits and pieces that I got. This was actually from a different antique shop. This was in the Isle of Wight, which I went with my brother, and it was a vintage, a Victorian vintage card, and then this was, I've got the tag here somewhere, little sample stuff of you know, a girl's sewing bits and pieces where she's had to learn how to do different type of things on the sewing machine, where she done pleats. They need a bit of a wash, but I thought it was really sweet. So yeah, she's had to do a buttonhole. So it's learning. It's the type of stuff they used to do at school back in the day. I thought that was really cute, so I grabbed that. Now here is, there was the vintage fabric patchwork pieces. I kept that because I like the card that it was on. Now from a different stall. Well, not the Tilly stuff. The Tilly stuff is still to come. It's got some of the pieces, but not a lot. I saw this in a glass cabinet. Actually, Deborah pointed this out. She goes, "Aren't those pegs cute?" And I'm like, yeah, they really are. So that's probably going to be part of my mood board as well, because I really love vintage ephemera. And in that same cabinet, I saw a heap of bits and pieces of old ribbon and lace. So I just grabbed the little bits and pieces. This is one of the bigger pieces. Put that over there. Might wind that up. But then there was some smaller pieces. as well. So I got, and that's all you need for, you know, doing slow stitching, is tiny little pieces. This one's a little, just so fine and dainty, not dainty. So it's, oh yeah, really fine, so pretty. So this sort of stuff is what I'll be putting on my mood board. Oh, yeah, you can hear the thunder. I love that it's sort of, you know, grungy and old looking. Another tiny little piece. That's all you need. There was another piece here. So that was in that cabinet, and in the cabinet was also a yeah, the vintage fabrics. So a pack of vintage fabrics, pretty big pieces actually. So sort of some ticking. Put that over there. Here's another ticking as well. I think this might have been in part of Deborah's pack, so that will go here. See, it's not, everything's not in order. That's some more of that linen ticking. So got quite a bit of that actually. I'm really happy I got these bits and pieces because I've used up what I've got. This beautiful blue, looks like it needs a bit of a wash, blue fabric. It's good when you find just bits. Some blue gingham. This is sort of like a check. I think this one was from Deborah's pack again. That goes over there. That was from this pack. Yeah. And that, love that. I have seen some of this fabric in Deborah's packs actually, so that's really pretty, but that wasn't from her pack. And I think, I've got a feeling this might be, it just looks like my French fabrics. So some of the stuff that I saw in the antique shops in England were French fabrics as well. That's really pretty. So these are nice stuff that I got from myself. This was like a little thing that was tucked in with that, just a bit of patchwork. Some vintage gingham goes really nice with that, and a few more of those pieces. Can't go wrong with this gingham, I love it. Now what else have we got? In the antique shop I got these two beautiful lace handkerchiefs, really pretty. So this is more my stash of stuff. And then when I was in a charity shop, I think this might have been a dress or a skirt, and I really loved it. I thought I'm gonna get that. I just love the colours. So, and I also got this. It just reminded me of a Liberty fabric, even though I don't think it is, but look, if you can look close, you can see little bunny rabbits and toadstools, and I just thought it was so cute, little bees. Might be nice for the garden. So I think that's a top as well. I've got a couple of buttons, so I'll probably take them off. I think this was a little girl's dress. So sometimes when you're looking for fabric, it's nice to look at that sort of stuff. Okay, put that there. This, I got this in one of the antique shops. I thought it was unusual. You see red and blue and sometimes beige, but you don't often see green. So I got this beautiful toil or toll, whatever, however you say it. Quite a good size piece. So yeah, I like that. Okay, that underneath, actually sort of layer it. Ugh. There's quite a lot in this stash. Now, here is my starting piece of what I was going to create for my UK, but I think it's probably going to change, but hopefully you guys can see it. Now this top part here is the top part of this tea towel, which is where my brother lives. I mean, I will probably use this. I've got quite a few tea towels which are really good. So here's that other doily. So I've got that pinned on the top, and it's on that same fabric as what I did the other one. Julie, Julie from Julie Leggett Art, she does like painting and embroidery and all that kind of stuff, and she made this the 6th of May for the coronation. Thought that's perfect, that's going on there. That's some that Laura Ashley Free stuff. I think that's from those packs. I got a tea towel from the Cotswolds, and I also put, oh, that's why that bit has been cut out. Everywhere you see in England is all these beautiful old little cottage, and I put some of this fabric down the bottom. So it's probably going to change. I think I might have got this and this in Deborah's pack, and that was in that other one from the vintage shop. I picked these two out because these are the two places that I actually went in the Cotswolds, which is Burford and Cirencester. So, like I'm saying, it's just amazing that I have already started doing treasure boards without, you know, without realizing. So, in the antique shop, I found this in a little case, and I used some of these in my bits of embroidery that I've been doing. I think they're mending for sewing machine, no, stocking, hosiery, underwear and outerwear. So I thought that was really nice, sort of like DMC but a bit different, a bit finer, and I really liked that it was in this old you know, roll up thing, so that was rather sweet. Thought I'll have to put them back. I love finding vintage sewing ephemera. It's always nice. And threads. Now, okay, what else have I got? In the Isle of Wight, I also got this beautiful purse, which is being hand embroidered. Originally I was just going to use it and maybe take that off, but I quite like it, and that's where I also found some in the same charity shop. I found some DMC threads which I used some of the colours, and this was in an antique shop. I just thought that was beautiful. I'm probably going to put that on my treasure hunt thing. And this stone, which is really funny, when I was going for a walk in the woodlands, I just picked it up because it just was perfectly round and a little reminder of going for walks with the dogs at my brother's place. So it's only little, but I'm going to put this over here now. And then that's what I got. I've got this tin, coronation tin, when I was going shopping with my brother on one of these days. I think it's I can't remember what it was called, this beautiful town, and we walked past this and I'm like, oh, coronation tin. And so my brother bought it, so he got the gin and I got the tin. So I said, because I thought it's nice and light and I can actually take it home. So I really quite like that, and there's a nice souvenir. And you know, 2023 is when I went there, so I was pretty happy with that. And I also got these in the antique shop when I went out with Deborah. I used some of this fabric, this thread on my piece, but it's so thin it just kept on breaking. So I'm probably going to use these as something that I put in my treasure, the treasure hunt thing, and just maybe stitch it onto the piece, because it's just so fine, it keeps breaking all the time. So looks pretty, but it's not practical. So it's good, but yeah, it's okay. Also, when I went out with Deb, I managed to find this. Hopefully you guys can see it. It was pretty dirty, and I managed to get a lot of the stains and stuff out, but just gorgeous. I think you could probably see, actually I turned it up the right way so you can actually see the flowers the right way, but see, it was really dirty, but it's still got some of the stains in it. Got these flowers, love that. So I'll probably be cutting up some of these pieces individually and maybe using that. I love reworking vintage embroidery and all that kind of stuff into my pieces. Okay, getting there. Now that's when I went to the Isle of Wight, and I found these curtains, which are Cathkidston fabric, had lining and all that kind of stuff. So I ripped the lining off, and I've got 2 pieces of this beautiful Cathkidston curtain. So it was quite heavy when it had the lining and all that kind of stuff on there, so still fairly heavy, but not as bad as it was. And in the same shop I found this, and it just reminded me of, you know, the sea and everything. That's where they were, all this embroidered, all that work. Look at the work on the back, it looks really good. This cost me £1. I thought that was pretty good. It was in a glass, sandwich in a glass thing, so I took the glass out and got rid of the frame and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I think this was probably my best find that I had, because it was so cheap and all that work, and I think that'd be nice to incorporate into my piece. Now I'll show you all my tea towels. Here's what's left over of the Cotswolds one. You can still use, I like the old, the little houses. I still want to go back to London again and go to some of these little villages. So, but I pinched the ones that were where I went, but I still will utilise bits and pieces. Tea towels are good because you can incorporate them into your slow stitching. And I got this one when I went to the London Tower of London. So I looked at this and I think I've been to the Tower of London. I passed Big Ben. I went on Tower Bridge. I think I passed Westminster Abbey. Didn't see that. Saw Kensington Palace. Saw Nelson's Column. St Paul's Cathedral. St James's Palace and Buckingham Palace. So most of the things I've seen on this tea towel, that's why I got it. Yeah, quite nice. I had a whirlwind tour by my friend. I never walked so much in all my born days, I tell you. Went to the Victoria and Albert Museum, and of course nice tea towels. There was a gift shop. I really love, like, this is so true William Morris design, and I've seen other William Morris designs in my local quilt shop, but I think this might be an older one and I really like it, so I'll probably be utilising that in my stuff. So really good tea towels. Now I saw in the window this tea towel and I loved it, because I went to the Jane Austen house, but I just love how it's got that painted look. The needles, Winchester Cathedral. I mean, it's just so quintessential, you know, English countryside. Just beautiful. Lavender fields. Yeah, just beautiful. So the only place that I've been to on that is here. So I haven't really been to a lot of Hampshire, so that'll be something I'll have to go back to. But I love the Jane Austen one, and I went in there to buy that, and this was hanging up, and for no particular reason, because it was just adorable. Hopefully you can see all of it. I just think it's so cute. Look at my little sheepies. They're just adorable. I just thought it was so cute, and that's by the same lady that did the other one. So yeah, that was just because it was cute. So got that. I'm getting there, guys, getting there. And then I got this beautiful paper when I was in Oxford, when we went to Broadford. I just thought it was really pretty, so I was probably going to use this to you know, line some of the bits and pieces, put behind photos and all that kind of stuff. I really like that paper. So that. Then I got this at Liberty of London, which was such an awesome shop. It's so beautiful. I thought Liberty of London just sold fabrics, but it's almost like a department store, and it has a bit of everything. And it had, I think, must be Father's Day in England coming up soon, so I got this, had tea bags and everything in it. But this is just so, you know, so London. You see these around everywhere, and I even went on one. I think I went on every mode of transport that there is, basically, except for a bike. So I went on the bus. My brother's got a boat, so I went on a boat. Went on train. I went on the Euro train, plane. So yeah, did a lot of travelling, literally. So I thought that was rather cute. Now this last bit, I think this is the last bit, or is there more in here? Hang on a minute. I think these are bits and pieces. Oh yeah, just bits and pieces for me to keep. I think that's it, unless something has dropped. Okay, this is the stuff that I got from Liberty of London. I always wanted one of these Taylor beeswax things, rather than, you know, licking my, it smells nice too, the thread. I thought I'd give this a whirl. So, oh, it comes right out. Okay, and I think it should last me a while. You know, you're not going to use a lot of it. So I got that. Then I got these really pretty scissors in this scissors case. I think they got, is it a embroidery or whatever on there? I mean, it's Liberty Fabrics, but it's made in China, I think. So I just thought it was really nice. And this was an iron-on patch. We actually, on the same day I went to Liberty of London, I went to the see the crown jewels. So I got to see the crown that Charles and Camilla wore on the coronation. That was really fascinating, seeing all the stuff in there. I had to wait. I think there was a lot of people there. Normally they're not that many people there at the Tower of London, because there's lots of stuff to do. It's like a village within, yeah, it's very, very big and lots of things to see. But the crown jewels, the line up to go and see them, I had to wait an hour, and then when we got out there was people lining up. I reckon they would have had to wait 2 hours. So but I thought, well, I'm here, I'm not going to be probably coming back for a while. So yeah, so I got that come in the bag, so I cut that up, so I'm going to put that in my journal. But I got this beautiful, I got a 1/2 metre of this beautiful wild flowers fabric, which I thought was really beautiful. Around the Tower of London, there was, where the moat was, they don't have a moat anymore. They've got this sort of pathway, and there's all these wildflowers, and this is what it looks like. It's so beautiful. I took a photo, but it just doesn't do it justice. All these poppies and beautiful brightly coloured flowers mixed in with the, you know, really nice green. So that's the wildflowers fabric. And then I got this fabric, so I can't go to Liberty of London and not get fabric. I just thought it was so pretty. Look at the birds and everything in there. I was thinking I might make a tie for my husband because he likes this sort of stuff, and you know, use it for other stuff. So 1/2 meter of that. Is it funny? Made in Italy. So, and then I got this embroidery. The picture is really quite bright. They were all hanging up. So I got the kit. So I got a kit in France and also got a kit in England. So you got the little, you know, the bee thing. So that should be nice to work on. It's got a bit of beading. So don't know when I'm going to get that done, but I got it anyway. And I think we are done. So that's the bits and pieces that I like, you know, got on my UK travels. I was there for longer. I was there for 3 weeks, whereas I was only in Paris for 9 days. So, you know, I was able to go to thrift shops and antique shops and get a little bit more. So when I get my parcel, I'm praying that it comes. I'm really worried about it. I sent it away probably over 3 weeks, maybe a little bit more ago. My first 2 parcels came really quick, within 10 days, and this one has taken a little bit longer. So I'm really hoping it gets here. So yeah, so I will show you those, and that'll be part 3 video when they come. So yeah, so the reason why I'm showing you this lot is because I wanted to make up my mood board for the volume 4, and I wanted to use some of these bits and pieces. So that my next video will probably be my mood board, and then part 2 of the block the sewing block of the log cabin, and then I'm probably going to do a little bit more of the garden, because I've got down the garden path, because I've got 3 to catch up on. So I've got a bit of a layout, but yeah, I've still got to do it. And I'm still recovering from jet lag. Ugh. Okay guys, well thank you very much. This is as long as my first one, and I will catch you around YouTube, and hopefully have these packs really soon. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.